Do you remember when you suggested I take Samson to see Jeannie Daniels?
Yep.
Do you remember what happened in that interview or that appointment?
Yep. And when I got Samson back, I took Samson to see Jeannie. And she was amazed at what a different dog he was in my.
Objection,
And
Honor.
I'm gonna say it shouldn't have even come in with the whole Jeannie Daniels and you've met Samson in another life kind of thing. Unless they're here to testify, it can't be evidence. Can't
Okay.
come in.
Do you think Samson is a support animal for me?
I believe he was at one time. I believe he no longer is.
I don't have him, of course not.
Is that a question?
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Do you think there is no hope for me? Do you think I am just, my life is not at this point?
I don't see how that's relevant.
Would you like me to
It's not
explain?
relevant.
Okay. In your text message, you said that Samson tried to save me, but I failed him.
I did.
Okay. For me, that gives the impression that you've given up on me, that there's no hope for me.
It's irrelevant. My opinion of you, shouldn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter to me. It matters to the court, I believe. No?
Doesn't. And quite honestly, if you have hope, if there's hope for you is so speculative. I don't even know what that means.
I guess I have nothing else, Your Honor.
You have no other questions? Okay. Before we move on, I have perhaps a couple questions for both of you. Mr. Hess, in the texts that you have had as Exhibit 1, I believe you are in the blue, and
Yes.
it says there were 2 conditions when you gave me Sammy. One was a stable place to live. He had that when you took him from my mom's. Was Sammy living at your mom's?
Sammy was staying, I lived with my parents. I left Samson with my mom and dad when I went to jail.
You live with your parents?
Yes.
So you still live with your parents?
Part-time, yes. Well, yes.
Why do you mean part-time? Because you stay with your girlfriend?
I stay with my girlfriend at times, yes.
So when you moved out and broke up with Ms. Hutari, you both lived together prior to when you were in a relationship, is that
Yes.
correct? And then when you broke up in April 2023, you moved in with your parents?
Yes.
And so you moved in with your parents, and that's when she gave you Sammy?
Yes.
And so you had your mom and whoever Floyd is watch Sammy when you were in jail?
Yes.
How long were you in jail?
5 weeks.
Okay. And with the conditions, I think I only see one was that he have a stable place to, and the other that you bring him to visit.
Yes.
And what does it mean by you bring him to visit? You go and you spend a couple hours together, or you drop him off for a weekend?
The understanding I had at the time was that I'd drop him off and let her spend a day or a night or a weekend with him.
And then when did she say, I don't want to have those visits anymore?
I think after the 3rd visit, so approximately 5 weeks or so.
You would say approximately June of 2023?
Beginning of June, end of May, yes.
So you had Sammy from April 2023. She last saw Sammy June of 2023, correct?
Yes.
Now, where she, the condition where she states the condition is a stable place to live, what did you take that to mean?
I thought that meant that someplace where we could lay our head at night. Someplace safe, somewhere where we get shelter, food, someplace to call home.
All right. Ms. Hutari, in April 2023, when you gave Mr. Hess Sammy with conditions, did you know he was living with his mother and Floyd?
He was not. He was living in an ice castle in Siren, Wisconsin, in his buddy's front yard.
Okay, so when you gave him
That's right.
Sammy, he was living in an ice castle.
Correct.
And so you thought that that was a stable environment.
The.
Yes or no?
Yes,
So you thought then why did you say it with such disgust?
because he lied about he omitted the fact that that's where he lived.
How long do you believe he lived in that ice castle?
I am unsure. I very much limited my contact with him. I avoided going places where he was, so I truly am not sure.
But you believe him living in the ice castle in the driveway or yard of his friend was stable?
Based on the people that lived in the house, yes,
Do you think his mother and Floyd are stable?
I do.
Mr. Hess, when did you move? You lived in an ice castle, correct?
I stayed in my buddy's ice castle as soon as I got out of jail, yes.
When you got out of jail?
No, it was when I left Rose's.
How long did you live in that ice castle?
About a month and a half.
And then so then that was approximately May or June?
Yeah, it'd have been June, end of June.
And then you moved in with your parents?
Yes.
Well, with your mother and Floyd?
He's my stepdad, yes. He's been
Alright.
everything of a dad to me. I can just call him dad, would be fine.
And so did you inform Ms. Hutari that you were moving in with your mom?
No,
You know how she found out you were living with her mom? your
no
mom?
idea. By that time, she had said she didn't want to visit anymore.
When were you arrested and in jail for 5 weeks?
Beginning of April, 2025.
Or just recently?
Yes,
Did you pay bail to get out?
yes,
How much was bail?
$2,500.
2,500. And so you're on certain conditions right now?
Yes,
No drink,
no drink,
no illegal substances?
no illegal substances.
You have a curfew?
No. I am under the supervision of Justice Point out of Sawyer County, and I'm in programs for change in, Sawyer County's Justice Point. I'm enrolled in
I'm well aware of it.
programs for change in Polk County.
Okay, right. Do you have any witnesses?
No, no, Your Honor.
Do you have any witnesses?
I have Sharice Miller, who occasionally helps me at my shop. And she can attest to the difference in Samson now versus what he was when Mike had him.
All right, Ms. Miller, please come forward. Raise your right hand. You'll be sworn in and then come have a seat at the witness stand.
Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to provide in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be over there.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. In the final stretch of Michael Hess versus Rose Hutari, the courtroom circled back to the central question. Was Samson, the German Shepherd, truly gifted to Mr. Hess with no strings attached, or were there conditions reasonable or otherwise that Mr. Hess failed to meet? This round brought some clarity, but also reinforced just how murky things can get when property law meets personal relationships. Judge Mogen, ever the composed presence, took a more active role this time, directly questioning both parties to pin down some of the gray areas. She revisited the April 2023 exchange when Rose handed off Samson to Mike. Rose confirmed she gave him the dog, but emphasized it came with 2 conditions: a stable home and occasional visits. Mike confirmed the visits 3, to be exact, before Rose cut them off. The stability part? Well, that's where things got fuzzy. Turns out, at the time Samson was handed over, Mike was living in an ice castle trailer parked in a friend's yard. Not your standard image of domestic tranquility, but Rose admitted she considered it acceptable at the time, though her tone made it clear she now regrets that. From there, the judge pressed deeper. Mike eventually moved in with his mother and stepdad, who he respectfully calls Dad, where Samson stayed during Mike's 5-week jail stint in 2025. Judge Mogen wanted to know, was that stable enough? Mike certainly thought so. He described a supportive household and noted that Rose never clearly defined stability when the arrangement was made. That lack of specificity may turn out to be a key issue. The courtroom also saw a brief appearance from Rose's witness, Miss Sharice Miller, brought in to speak about Samson's changed demeanor since moving back in with Rose. Judge Mogen allowed it, but emphasized that only firsthand. In-court testimony counts not community gossip or anecdotal stories. She was firm in applying evidentiary rules, a steady hand through what was an increasingly personal and emotional hearing. Perhaps the most poignant moment came when Mike asked Rose if she still believed Samson was his support animal and whether there was any hope left for him. Judge Mogen quickly ruled that line of questioning irrelevant because in legal terms, it is, but it was clear that Mike wasn't just trying to win a case. He was trying to reclaim a part of his life that symbolized hope, structure, and maybe even redemption. Rose, on the other hand, stood firm in her belief that Samson is better off with her now, and that Mike's recent legal troubles and unstable living conditions disqualify him from having the dog back. Ultimately, Judge Mogen has to decide whether the transfer of Samson was a gift with permanent intent or a conditional arrangement that reverted once those terms were broken. Either way, this hearing wasn't just about a dog, it was about trust, recovery, and the real-world challenges of enforcing informal agreements when relationships fall apart. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.